The book I did my review on is for my great book presentation was called Sold on a Monday, and it was by Christina McMorris. And I'm going to flip the screen around so you can actually see my PowerPoint presentation here. Sold on a Monday by Christina McMorris. Christina McMorris was a New York Best Times selling author. At age 9, host of an Emmy and Ollie Award-winning kids television program. She also was a writer for the Portland Bride and Groom magazine and owner of a wedding event planning company. And then she decided to embark and started writing her own books and enjoying life with her 2 kids. The picture that got Christina McMorris thinking about the book, Sold on Monday, was the picture she came across from during the Great Depression. The picture is right here to the right. It says 4 children for sale, inquire within. The mother is pictured on a Chicago stoop, basically in front of her house. Her 4 kids out front, and then she's actually pregnant with her 5th child. And she reached such a low point in her life that she decided to basically sell her children off for money and for child labor. That is where Christina got her inspiration when she saw the picture. She wanted to know more of how a parent could get to such a low point in their entire life. Because one of the child that's seen there that was sold was actually sold for as little as $2. The story begins with a person by the name of Ellis. Ellis is a reporter for the Philadelphia newspaper. He was basically doing a story at the county fair, and when he was heading home, he decided to take the long way home from covering the county fair, and he passes a farmhouse. The farmhouse has 2 boys standing on the porch and a sign saying 2 children for sale. Ellis takes the picture of the 2 boys sitting with their suitcases packed, and their heads were hung low on the front porch. You can see the picture down below where the little boy's sitting out in front of his house, basically with the suitcase. He's all dressed up with his hat on and his head's hanging low because his parents reached that point during the Great Depression that they need money so bad that they actually was selling their children off. The photo gets damaged. Somehow the picture gets damaged at the newspaper studio, and Ellis is told that, they wanted to do a story on the 2 boys. But for somehow, when it was in the red room and they were trying to develop the film like they did back in the old days, the photo got damaged. So Ellis goes return to the farmhouse to retake the picture, and the little boys that were in the picture actually are gone because they got sold before he could get back out there to retake their picture. Ellis ended up paying the neighbor's mom to take pictures of her boys with the sign that he actually found still on the front porch from the old farmhouse that says 2 children for sale. The neighbors next door were also poor and needed money, so even though it wasn't the same boys, he was able to complete his story by taking those pictures of their 2 boys from the neighbors. Ellis's story goes nationwide. He actually receives money and gifts to take and give to the family of the 2 boys that got sold. That actually completed the foreground for the story and laid a nice beginning for the story, and it helped draw us in as a reader to the story, and actually wanted us to continue to read the rest of the story. Then the book takes a turn. There's no character development. It actually turns into a love story. And then eventually at the end of the book, it goes back to the kids and tells us basically where the kids are at the end after they've been sold off for child labor. The book was good because it grabbed the reader's attention from the get-go. The book also did a good job in providing the groundwork in the beginning on how the book started and all the characters' background. It would have been better if the story would have been more on a story of the kids and not necessarily turned into a love story. We're excited as Christina McMorris, Sold on a Monday, from Naperville Source Books, 2018. Again, My book was sold on a Monday by Christina McMorris. It was a historical fiction book. It was a pretty excellent book. And again, if you have a chance to read it, it's a pretty down-to-earth book. It really makes you stop and think about what families actually went through during the Great Depression and all the situations and all the problems we run into nowadays. It doesn't compare to anything that happened during that time. All right, thanks.